Singles searching for a soulmate may benefit from the expertise of a matchmaker.
Today happens to be National Matchmaker Day, and our intimacy expert, Dr. Viviana Coles, happens to be one herself. She has a matchmaking agency called Vivid Relationships.
Yes,
welcome.
Thank you. I'm super excited about this one in particular because I'm finally bringing singles events to Houston.
Oh, that's great. So what does that look like? Who can get a need and who needs a matchmaker?
You know, I think it's a beneficial program. What we're offering is a beneficial program for anyone who wants to get to know really who they should be looking for. Maybe they just don't have the time to waste the next 3 years on the back and forth. We really want them to get to know who they are so that they can know who to look for and who to stay away from.
Yeah, and if you're finding the wrong people all the time, then maybe you're saying maybe somebody else can see better, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can get really jaded, I would imagine. You know, so let's talk about the 4 things that you think make a good partner.
Yeah, very simple to look for. I think, you know, it's very easy to say this one, but it's so important, and I'll say it again and again. Great communication. So if somebody knows how to communicate their feelings and not always kind of shut down, that's a good thing. That's a green flag. You want to look for that for sure.
Okay, number 2, you say somebody who has more friends than foes.
Yeah, you know, nowadays we're always talking about boundaries, cut people out, you know, toxicity is here and there. But overall, you want to be looking for somebody who can get along with people, who knows when to say something and maybe other times is just friendly. You know, I think that's more important than somebody who's like got a really small group of tight-knit people only.
Also somebody who goes with the flow but isn't wishy-washy, right?
Right. So being adaptable is super important, especially when you're dating, but for them to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to pick my battles. As we know, as married women, it's so important to know when to pick your battles. And if you can see that trait in somebody right from the beginning, that's a good thing.
All right, why is it important that you pick somebody who's passionate about something, maybe other than you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, when we're talking about long-term relationships, which is what we're trying to consider doing here at Vivid Relationships, it's so important for you to be able to say, I have something that I feel very strongly about, that I'm dedicated to, that I'm committed to. It may not be our relationship just yet, but I'm proving to you that I know what that's like. And passion, you know, it changes over time and it might end up heading over to you.
Now, if someone says, make my match already, I am failing miserably, how do they do that?
Head over to Vivid Relationships on Instagram and, of course, vividrelationships.com. I have all the information about our non-traditional matchmaking program on there, and singles event coming up October 27th at Cherry Bar downtown in Houston. You don't want to miss it, 8 to 10. It is going to be a costume contest, and there might be a few Cupids hanging around.
Hey, that sounds like a lot of fun 20 years ago for me.
Yeah, right? Like someone put the arrow in the right one for you.
For any age, though. Anybody who is looking for some help.
We want everyone. All sorts of situations. I get the DM a lot. Real quick. Will you match somebody who has kids? Of course. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.